Hey, this is Chris with The Power of Quiet. Now, see if this sounds familiar. You have a goal. It could be a business goal, financial goal, lifestyle goal. It could be a spiritual goal, a goal to quiet your mind, to be self-realized. And you have a reasonable vehicle that will get you there as long as you use it. Like if it's a business goal, you have certain action steps. If you take them, chances are you'll succeed in achieving that goal. Or if you have a spiritual goal, you have a tool, some sort of vehicle or process that will get you into realizing your true self right now. But instead of using the goal, you find yourself doing anything but. You find yourself falling into old habits. So you got this goal, but instead you spend a lot of time sitting in front of the television or sitting in front of the computer, scrolling through news feeds or doing things that just waste time, and you realize, if I spent all this time actually working on my goal, gee, I probably would have had it already. Does this sound familiar to you? Now, what is it that is the key to actually using the path to get there? The problem is most of us, we take the wrong steps. First of all, we try to fix the problem. And first of all, we make ourselves wrong. Like if we're doing some sort of escape or some habit that we're doing, and then we start judging ourselves. Why am I sitting in front of the TV? Why am I doing this? What's wrong with me? Why can't I stay motivated? Why am I not getting results? And that doesn't work. That just gets us stuck. Or leads us into the second problem. The problem is that we try to manage ourselves. We try to set up some sort of structure and force ourselves into this structure. So we sit down and we decide, okay, I'm going to spend 2 hours every day focusing on this. I'm going to spend between 8 and 10 a.m. every morning, and I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to work on this. Now, two things usually happen from this tactic. First thing is, we spend the time, we create the structure, but we don't follow it. So we block out some time, but we really don't utilize that time. Those habits still take over. We make excuses. The other thing that happens is if we put ourselves into some sort of structure and force ourselves to do it, we may achieve our goal. But at the end of it all, it just doesn't seem like it was a whole lot of fun to get there. You ever experienced that? You achieve something and then you look back on the process of how you got there and you're like, oh God, I don't want to have to go through all of that again. Right? Now, it shouldn't be like that. Achieving your goals or basically doing everything in your life should be fun, should be effortless, should just be free and flowing and intuitive. Like every moment is just a blissful moment, no matter what you're doing. And you're just in the moment with your process, totally engaged, total intention on it. When you're like that, things are a lot more fun, aren't they? So, setting a structure and forcing yourself into a structure, that really isn't a fun way to get things done. And inevitably, usually what that ends up in is the final problem is getting discouraged, giving up. And sometimes we do it subconsciously. We just forget about the goal. And then 2 or 3 months pass by and we think back, oh yeah, I set a goal for myself. Oh well. And it just becomes some unrealized dream. So what is the answer? Especially, what is the answer to be in the moment and to really be engaged with your goal? Well, it doesn't come from a specific formula. There is no clear 1, 2, 3 step to be motivated towards getting your goals. That's up to you. That's something that you have to own yourself. Now, the first thing you could do right now that'll help you really get in alignment and take responsibility, own yourself, own your goal, is to know your why. See, a lot of times we have a goal, and it's a good idea, and it's a good idea up here in your mind, but you're not totally clear about the why. I mean, you have an idea in your mind, but you're not connected with it. Now, what I mean by why, well, take a look at a goal of yours, a goal that you've been kind of fumbling around with for a while. And maybe it's a big business goal, financial goal. Maybe it's a goal for freedom, to be imperturbable. Now up here, it sounds like a good idea. But take a moment now and picture yourself actually there. See yourself right now having that goal. What is that like? And just step into the experience. Make it real as you can imagine right now. Just see what you're doing. See how you're living. Even taste it, smell it, touch it. Just get totally real and in the moment. See yourself. What's it like having that quiet mind, having that strong business, having that lifestyle, and having it, being it right now. And most of all, see how you feel. How does it feel to be quiet in your mind, totally focused, totally present, and being present every moment, effortlessly? And just notice that feeling that you feel, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of having. And just allow this feeling to expand. Make it even bigger. Step into it fully right now. Now, if you could have this, wouldn't this be wonderful? So now you're more connected with your why. Now take a moment and get crystal clear about this why. Why is this goal so important to you? What would your life be like? What would it do with how you live day to day? Now that's a compelling reason, isn't it? And now this lifts up your goal to be more compelling than the other options, like the television and the computer and the other stuff that really isn't that much fun when you really look at it. But see, when your why isn't crystal clear, this stuff has a lot of momentum and strength to it. And it becomes more compelling. Because if you're not clear about your why and that intention to actually get there, then what the goal is reduced to a bunch of work. And that vehicle is a vehicle of labor. And therefore, this stuff is actually a lot more compelling and interesting because it's more like instant gratification. Would I rather work or would I rather just hang out and watch TV? Oh, this is much more interesting. But when you're really clear about what it is that you're doing this for, and with this serious intention of getting there, then there's really no competition, right? So just settle yourself in with your why right now. And let's take the easy approach. See, like I said, getting your goals should be fun. Should be effortless, intuitive. Should be with a sense of getting up every morning, like ready to do it, and totally happy and thrilled to have another day and living the life of having your goal. So, let's make it easy. First of all, if you have these habits that keep coming up and getting in the way, that get you on a detour, that get you wasting time, could you let go right now of making yourself wrong? Because notice, when you make yourself wrong about it, that doesn't get you anywhere. You just get stuck. Could you let go of making that wrong, that habit, that escape? And could you let go of making it wrong even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And just let that whole idea go. See, it's your idea that makes that wrong. And it's your judgment. You're judging it. You're judging yourself. And that doesn't feel good to judge yourself, right? And who's doing it? You're doing it. So could you let that go? And even more. And even more. And even more. And could you actually give yourself permission to do this, to escape, to watch television? Just give yourself permission. And just surrender to doing that. Let go of fighting with it. Let go of judging it. Just give yourself full authority to go ahead and do it. And could you give yourself some approval, even if you do it? Could you love yourself anyway? And could you love yourself even more? And even more, for no reason, just because. And could you love yourself just because it's now? And could you love yourself even more? And even more. And even more. And see if you feel any sort of internal resistance. And it's like a clutching, a holding on, or a pushing. And you're doing that. That's you. Could you let that go? Just let go of clutching. Just ease up on it. And let go a little bit more. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And these habits, these escapes, could you let go of taking them so personally? Just let it be. If you escape, if you do something that's non-productive, fine. And just sit back, witness it. Don't take it personally. Don't make your identity out of it. Just let it be. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't, if I'm focused and I'm staying on that track, fine. You just let go of trying to control anything about what's going on. And just let it be. And let it be even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. Now notice how you feel about it. Does it feel like the pressure is off? And does it feel more light and free? And do you actually feel like you're capable of being in alignment with that I? More in alignment right now. And you feel like you can actually effortlessly go in this direction. Use this vehicle of yours. And use it in a way that it's not work. but it's something that you enjoy, and it's going to get you something into a place of your choosing. And that's what the why is really all about. Because everything is your decision. And if you're not clear about that why, you haven't made a strong decision. And because of past habits, which have their own momentum, it's like this recording that plays over and over in your mind. It's been going on a long time. So it has a big decision that's locked in about it. And when there's not a strong decision here, this one automatically takes precedence. That's why it feels like you're powerless sometimes to control these unproductive habits. But right now, when you let all that pressure go, you let go of judging yourself, you let go of trying to control the whole thing, see if you're free and more in tune with that why. Now, this is what I mean. There isn't like a 1, 2, 3 step to do this. You can't make yourself do it. You can't put yourself in a structure, in a program that will force you to get there. It all has to be self-motivated. It all has to be your decision to do it. And just by allowing, you can allow it to be easy. So could you allow it to be easy? And most of all right now, could you allow yourself to love yourself? Because that's the most important thing. Could you love yourself? Could you love yourself even more? And even more. 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 And now, surrender to quiet. Just take a moment right now and notice your breath. Be one with your breath right now. Totally one. Notice every sensation you can about the breath as you breathe it in and as you breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And just be one with your breath, with awareness now. Totally in tune with being in this moment and your breath right in this moment. And just let your mind go quiet. Get in touch with quiet. It's all around you right now. Now surrender to quiet. And just look now, from quiet's point of view. Is there any need to rush? Is there anything that you have to structure or do to get it done from quiet's point of view? Is there any need to get anywhere other than this moment? Or is this moment enough? So can you just surrender to being in this moment? Being in the now? Can you surrender to being quiet? And see if there's any impossible from the point of view of quiet. Quiet is the home of effortlessness. And the realm of infinite possibilities. And take a look at your goal from quiet's point of view. See if it's possible to have it. and see if there's any work to doing it. Now imagine if you could just stay quiet and achieve your goal while being quiet. How easy is that? There's no work there. And it's effortless and joyful. See, now you're in alignment with your goal. And can you feel that it's coming from your heart? Your intention to have this thing in your life, whether it's a thing in the world or a thing of freedom. Now you're connected with it, in tune with it, purposeful about it. Now it's easy. You don't have to think about it. In fact, when you think about it, you look at it, it's already yours. So this is the easier way. And this is how you can stay on track and get it all done. Now, this is a simple practice. And it's easy when you're coming from it from this point of view. And if you haven't done so already, take a look at the 21-day Mastering Your Fate course. It's the simple practice of being in the moment without feeling like you have to work so hard in order to get everything done. This 21-day course, it gives you all the tools to make it simple and easy. And it gives you all the tools to stay on track and accomplish your goals. There's a link below in the description. I highly encourage you to check it out and use this. If you are looking for a great vehicle to getting your goals, whatever they are, this 21-day course is it. And there's no risk in it. Prove it to yourself. Click the link below and participate in this self-study course. It'll show you everything you need to do. And also while you're at it, click the little logo at the corner of this video to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And that way, as I add more videos here, you'll get them right away. All right? So, keep this up. Keep quiet. And have all of your goals. You deserve them.